Every broker in the world publishes a statistic that surprises a lot of new traders. Somewhere on their website, you'll see some disclosure that says something like between 70 and 90% of retail traders lose money. And you might be familiar with the 90-90-90 statistic, where 90% of traders lose 90% of their account within 90 days. And the first time people see that, they usually think one of two things. Either trading is a scam, or those traders must be doing something terribly wrong. But after years of trading and analyzing strategies and teaching thousands of traders and working with thousands of traders, I can tell you something very important. The reason that most traders lose money is actually very, very predictable. And it's because most traders make the same mistakes in the same order. So in this video, I want to break down the real reasons why the majority of traders lose money, and more importantly, what separates the small minority who eventually become profitable so you can too. If you watch this video to the end, you have a much higher probability of not losing money yourself. So let's get stuck in. So the first reason a lot of traders lose money is expectations. A lot of people enter trading believing that it is a shortcut to wealth. They see screenshots of profits, they see traders claiming that they made thousands in a single day, and they assume that that performance is normal straight out the gate. But trading isn't a get-rich-quick activity. It is a probability-based skill, and like any professional skill, it takes a bit of time to develop. And the thing is, when expectations are unrealistic, traders start to become impatient, they increase their risk, they overtrade, and then they chase opportunities that aren't actually there. And that's where usually the problems begin. What's a tragedy is they overestimate what's achievable in a 1 year period or a 2 year period even, and then because they realize there's a bit more to it, what they then do is they underestimate what's achievable in year 3 to 5, which is really where the magic starts to happen, and they don't benefit from this kind of exponential growth in their trading. And you see this in lots of businesses. It's called a J-curve, where people put a lot of time, effort and money and investment into something and learning, right? And then before they get out the gate to get profitable, they go, this is too hard. They give up and they stop, and then they go and do the whole thing again and they start again, and they never actually get to appreciate this profit. The second reason traders lose money is too much or excessive risk. Many beginner traders focus entirely on how much money they can make, but professional traders focus on how much they can afford to lose. And that difference in thinking is absolutely critical for traders. If a trader risks 10% of their account on a single trade, it only takes a handful of losses to destroy that entire account. But if the trader risks, say, 1% per trade, they can survive dozens of losses while continuing to learn and improve and optimize their system. In trading, survival is everything. Because if you lose your capital, you lose your ability to participate in the market. There's a great saying in the casinos, if you lose your chips, you have to go home, you lose the chair. So you want your chips and you want to be able to keep playing. Another common reason traders fail is constantly switching strategies, or strategy hopping. They try one system, it loses a few trades, then they abandon it, and then they go and try another strategy, and then another, and then another. But every strategy, even profitable ones, experience losing streaks. And without enough trades, it's impossible to know whether that strategy actually has an edge. So traders end up jumping from one system to another system without ever identifying or allowing their strategy to play out over a large sample size of trades, and that creates the illusion that nothing works. Now, think about this for a sec. Imagine you tried to learn every martial art at the same time, and tried to get to a black belt level. It would take you forever. You probably wouldn't even get there. But if you just focused on one, you would get results a lot quicker. And guess what? When you're chasing some shiny object because someone's selling you a great strategy, they're selling it to you whilst it's doing well. So you jump on the bandwagon, you try and take a piece of that, and then it goes into a drawdown. That doesn't work. Then someone else is selling something that's doing well at the moment. So then you go into that, then that goes to a drawdown. And you're in this forever cycle of chasing this zero loss system, which just doesn't exist. Losing trades are a part of trading. There's always a cost of doing business, including trading. The next one is emotional decision making. Markets are emotional environments because prices move quickly, your money is on the line, and emotions can easily override logic. and traders, they move stop losses and they close trades early, and then they revenge trade after losses, and they beat themselves up, or they hesitate to take trades when their system says that they should. And over time, these small emotional decisions completely change the outcome of a strategy. The system might be profitable on paper, but if the trader fails to execute it consistently, it's not profitable anymore. Another major difference between losing traders and profitable traders is process, or lack of process. A lot of beginners approach trading very, very casually. They place trades based on feelings or opinions, and they don't record their trades, and they don't analyze their performance and review the tape, and they don't track what works and what doesn't work. Professional traders do the opposite. They journal their trades, they review their results, they measure their performance over time, and trading becomes a structured process rather than a series of random decisions. And a lot of this comes down to impatience as well. So trading rewards patience more than almost any other activity that I know. I have a saying that patience pays the bills, but patience is difficult when money's involved. Many traders feel the need to always be in the market. They take trades simply because they're bored, or because they feel like they should be doing something. Let me know in the comments if you've done that before, by the way. But professional traders understand that most of the time the best decisions is to wait, like I've been doing this week. Good opportunities appear periodically, and disciplined traders just sit and wait for those moments rather than forcing trades. So who are the small group that succeed? Because if most traders lose money, what separates the minority who succeed? Well, they approach trading differently. They treat it like a skill. They respect risk. They focus on long-term performance rather than short-term outcomes. And most importantly, they stay in the game long enough for their edge to develop. Because profitability in trading isn't built on one single trade. It's built from hundreds or thousands of trades executed consistently over time. So the statistic that most traders lose money often scares a lot of traders away from trading, but the statistic itself isn't the whole story. The truth is that most traders lose money because they approach the market with the wrong expectations and the wrong behaviors. And the great news is those behaviors can be changed. When traders focus on risk management and discipline and process, all of the odds of them becoming successful begins to shift. Your trading will stop feeling like gambling, and it will start functioning like a structured probability business. And that shift in thinking that I'm getting at here is what ultimately separates the majority from the minority. So I hope that's been helpful. I want you to be in the minority. The whole reason I started this channel was to share good information and realistic expectations about trading. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any other particular topic covered. And until next time, take care, stay safe in the markets, and I'll see you then.